rest, getting the shoulder better? How does it feel day to day? Tell us about it.
I'm getting there. You know, I've made it clear this whole time that it's been something that I've been dealing with, and you know, getting there.
Can you give us a number?
I can't.
It's getting better. You feel it getting better?
What time? Yeah, you know, we have a heck of an opportunity in front of us, and excuse me, we have a heck of an opportunity in front of us, and we've worked really hard to be where we are now. So to have the opportunity is something that you earn. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you earn. So we want to work really hard to take advantage of it.
Until recently, there weren't a lot of examples of dual threat quarterbacks, true dual threat guys in the Super Bowl, and those have been like harder to win that way. I guess like as someone who embraces it, like how much pride do you take in kind of destigmatizing that one of the quarterback label?
Yeah, I think every guy has a unique way of doing what they do. You're not going to turn on the TV and see everybody playing the game the same way. So, you know, I don't necessarily take pride in playing the game a certain way. I just take pride in being who I am. You know, everybody does it different, you know, and everybody has something different that makes them special and great, you know, but just try and go out there and play the game to win.
You watched Cam on that stage a few years ago, I guess. You mentioned he's a mentor of yours before. What do you remember about him on that stage? Have you talked to him at all about handling?
I haven't. I think anyone like Mike Vick, Cam, Randall Cunningham, McNabb, all of those types of guys are guys that a lot of young kids looked up to. A lot of young black kids as well. I mean, Steve McNair, all of those guys. So, yeah.
Jalen,
What do you being a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl where it's the first time there's two black starting quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think it's history. I think it's something that's worthy of being noted, and it is history. You know, it's come a long way. I think there's only been 7 African-American quarterbacks to play in the Super Bowl. So to be the first for some is pretty cool. So I know it'll be a good one.
Was there a moment Sunday night after Kansas City won when you realized that there was this historical significance with this Super Bowl?
No, not until everybody else started talking about it. But I think, you know, it's history, and it's always cool to be on a good, not necessarily good or bad, but, you know, be in history, I guess. I don't know.
Jalen, what do you take away from the first time you played against the Chiefs? I know it was only like a year ago, basically, but it was like early in the season, maybe your 4th game as a full-time starter, and just from where you were then to where you are now.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think they had a really good team last year. They have a really good team this year. You know, I think in terms of us, we just have to go out there and do kind of what we've done all year. Just go out there and try and execute at a high level. You know we have a huge challenge in front of us with what they do on defense and their front 7 and how active they are up front. But we want to just go out there and kind of play clean. Play clean.
Yeah, I think this is a matchup also with the youngest quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Do you have any thoughts on that, or the significance of going forward with the young up-and-coming quarterbacks?
No, I mean, you know, the oldest guy just left the game. You know, a lot of respect to him. You know, I take time to show my respect for him. Probably won't ever be able to get him again because he ain't playing no more. But a lot of respect to him and what he's done for the game and what he's done for the position.
How old do you think you were when this became
guys in the locker room that have been through this? Jason, Lane, Fletch, BG, guys like that. It is a little bit different. Everything from the extra time, longer halftime. Do you sort of pick their brains on what it's like to get prepared for this?
I think they're definitely guys that we can lean on. You know, I think they're definitely guys we can lean on, and their experiences. You know, I think experience is the biggest teacher. So you have to kind of go through it yourself to learn the most from it, but having those guys around is definitely beneficial. And I think, you know, there's a lot of familiar faces around here that have been here, you know, so I think as a team we're leaning on one another.
How long has this been a dream of yours to play the Super Bowl? Do you have any idea like how young you were when you started thinking that way?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always wanted to be the best, you know what I'm saying? So Super Bowl is on the list to be the best, so that's why I wanted to kind of fell in line.
Jalen, Michael Vick was on the radio yesterday, and he mentioned that he was speaking with Donovan McNabb, talking about you, and he said that the two of them wish that they handled their early career the way you are. What does it mean to be talked about like that from two guys you've mentioned before multiple times that you admire?
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Those are guys that I've watched as a kid, looked up to for a long time, and I have them here and kind of blazing their trails and, you know, trying to create new ones. You know what I mean? Those are guys I have a lot of respect for, and I think I just try and go out there and play the game with passion and, you know, go throughout the process of preparing for games and giving it my all. Every day I'm here and every time I'm on the field and just leading, so I appreciate that.
As a leader on this team, what's your message to your teammates about avoiding distractions, blocking out distractions when you get to Arizona in a couple of days?
Yeah, I think, man, you just have to focus on everything that's in front of you and keep the main thing the main thing. You know, there's a lot of distractions all the time, and I think this time of year, when you're fortunate enough to make it this far, they're amplified. So hopefully everybody can stay focused on the task at hand, enjoy the moment, embrace the moment, but also, you know, stay focused on what matters.
And there was serious news that surfaced yesterday about Josh. Have you guys talked about that at all? What's been the conversations?
I'm sorry?
About what happened with Josh Sills yesterday, the news that surfaced
Yeah,
about Josh Sills yesterday?
It's not my place to comment on anybody's legal issues, so.
Best play of the season, if you had to think of one.
My best play of the season? The season's not over.
Have you heard from Coach Saban?
I have not. I haven't. Usually he'll probably call me at some point, private line. He has a private little caller ID he calls people from, so I don't get him much, but I know when they come in, I expect it's him.
Jalen, this past Sunday, you guys set a record for most rushing touchdowns by any franchise in NFL history. I guess what do you appreciate most about the mixture of people involved, from Jeff Stoutland, Jamal, and obviously your running backs?
Yeah, man, it's a credit to everyone. Why our offense is moving the way it's moving, but you know, in that run game, you have interchangeable pieces back there that everybody's kind of eating. You know what I mean? And up front, they're always on the same head. Coach Stout does a great job of setting the tone early in the weeks with his position group, and we all do it together. We're all supportive of one another. Coach Singleton does a hell of a job talking about ball security and the importance of that and the techniques of that. You know, it takes everyone, and I think it's been a thing that has been done together.
Kenny Gainwell, his emergence, could you see that he had the ability to be more than a role player and to take this kind of role on?
I think everybody has the ability to be. I mean, they're all big-time players. You know, there's no surprise to what Kenny Gainwell has been able to do. Kenny is a hell of a player, you know, and all those guys, I always tell them, you know, when your phone rings, answer. So they've all been able to answer for us, and we need it. One more game.
How well do you know Patrick Mahomes? Were you aware of him going back to high school? I mean, both being Texas guys and everything.
Yeah, no, Texas is so big. You know, I turn on the TV, and he's a little older than me too. But turn on the TV and see, you know, you had the Texas high school football late night show, and it runs throughout the whole state. And you see what he's doing in East Texas. You have Houston, you have Dallas, San Antonio. You have so many areas. And at White House, I think he went to White House. You know, he always was lighting up over there. So I had a lot of, you know, respect for him, and I always was kind of watching from afar.
Good. Thanks, Jalen. Try and get A.J. Brown up here now.